Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Band Together Leadership. My name is Paul Everts. I'm your host. You can reach me at my email address, and I wish you would. It's BAND, the number 2 together, bandtogether@comcast.net. Also, go to our website, which is conductingmylife.com, and you'll see I'm part of the Maxwell team. So you go to curriculum. I'm a certified speaker, trainer, and coach using John Maxwell material. Who's John Maxwell? John Maxwell is a New York Times bestselling author on leadership. So my little philosophy is better people make better leaders. Look me up. Be a great time. I'm going to be recording this today on the 9th of January, and this is going to be posted on the 12th of January, so hopefully you're seeing it then. And just to remind you what Grandpa Story Hour is all about. I think we need to have options, and I know there's a big thing about the Drag Queen Story Hour. Oh, good for them. So why not have a Grandpa Story Hour? Just expand the choices. You know, that's a pretty good idea. Expand the choices. I'm not looking to shut down anybody else. I'm just adding. So I would encourage grandfathers, grandmothers, start your own little podcast. What inspires me is our grandsons, Jason, who is 4, and Wyatt, who will be 1 in February. And I thought, they live in Washington, the state of Washington. We live in California, and why not read them a story? And because if we were living in the same state and maybe a half an hour away, I'd be reading them stories. So our daughter-in-law, who we love very much, Ashley says, yeah, go for it. So I read these stories, and I read this one to Jason when they were visiting. So what I do is I wait for about 10 seconds, and then just make sure to have the kids watch. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to wait for 10 seconds, and we are officially start. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Grandpa Story Hour. Today's story is one of our favorites. I asked Mrs. Everts, I said, what story should I read? And she agreed with me. She said, why not read The Monster Bed? And that's by Jean Willis and Susan Varley. So shout out to Jason. Hello, Jason. Hello, Wyatt. You ready? Jason, you know the story real well. So here we go. But it's cute. Enjoy it, everybody. The Monster Bed. Never go down to the withering wood. The creatures who live there are up to no good. There are gnomes that are nasty and trolls that are hairy, and even the pixies and fairies are scary. Pretty scary, man. Oh, never go down there unless you are brave, for you might wander into the dank, gloomy cave where a monster named Dennis resides with another and much larger monster who's Dennis's mother. For a monster, young Dennis was very polite. He tried very hard not to bellow and bite. But one night he bellowed, I won't go to bed. I'm frightened. The wee monster said. His mother said, why, there's no reason for fright. I'll give you your bear. I won't turn off the light. The humans will get me, cried Dennis. They'll creep under my monster bed while I'm asleep. Oh, no, dear, his mother replied. That can't be. Humans are only in stories, you see, because they're not real. They won't trouble your rest. Get into bed now, dear. Mama knows best. Doing a good job listening. Very proud of you. But when she bent down to kiss Dennis, he chose to fasten his fangs around her warty old nose. He tied up his toes in a knot round her knees. Let go of me, Dennis. You're hurting me, please. Promise the humans won't get me tonight. Yes, dear, of course, said his mother. Sleep tight. Now, he took off his pillows and blankets and said, "From now on, I plan to sleep under my bed. If I'm underneath and a human comes near, it won't think to look for me. Safe under here." So there Dennis lay staring up at the springs, thinking of birthdays and chocolate and things. Now, a bad little boy had played hooky that day and gone into the woods, where he'd soon lost his way. See the little boy right there? He's lost. Too cross and too tired to walk anymore, he came to a cave and went in through the door. There was a bed, and he needed some rest. So he threw down his satchel and quickly undressed. But somehow he didn't feel sleepy. He said, "If my mother was here, she'd check under the bed in case there's a monster or goblin or elf." Since his mother was not there, he did it himself. From now on, dear reader, you'd better behave. Don't go into the woods or to Dennis's cave, or you might meet his mother. Just think how you'd feel if she were to tell you that you are not real. The end. Boys and girls, I hope that you're going to always be nice to your mommy, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, whomever's feeding you, who's ever clothing you, who's ever got a house for you. You be nice to your parents, okay? Honor thy parents. Thanks a lot for listening. Until next week, Grandpa Story Hour is out. Love you. Love you, Jason. Love you, Wyatt.